Well, I'm back at it. It's been about 2 months since I posted a video on here, and my, what an exciting 2 months it has been. First off, I just want to share just a little bit of more insight into who I believe I am. Okay, I'm Simone. But what I'm coming to realize is, man, there's been a lot of negative. I had a different version of myself. Let's put it that way. And turns out that the version of myself most represented what other people thought about me. And as I'm coming to understand myself, the world around me, and my place within it, I have a whole new perspective. In as much as that there is a lot more going on than meets the eye, so to speak, and I've been delving into that, the other realms, the intuition, the talking to the angels, involving the no-seeums, so to speak, in my life directly, and everything that I'm experiencing says to me that this is in fact true. I just watched a little video that talks about signs of awakening, signs of ascension. This is a real process, people. We're all doing it, whether we're doing it consciously or unconsciously. This is an evolutionary thing. Evolutionary is not. This is part of who we are as spiritual beings having a human experience. I have been studying the fundamentals of Kabbalah, the very basics of it, and I've learned some things, but more than that, it's confirming the things that I've been experiencing. All right, and I'm going to get into that a little bit because I think it's going to help people. And some of the things I'm going to talk about are not things that most people talk about. Those that know me, I've always been a little bit different, but that who I really am is a really deep, true, loving, sane, by standard observations, quite a normal human being. I've had some, extreme bad things that, and okay, let me just say it. I used to do a lot of drugs and drink a lot of alcohol. What I'm learning is, as I understand it, it was me trying to go home, so to speak, to go to this place of always being happy and being in this really great feeling, There we go. There's a whole nother video series. So anyway, let me talk about these signs of ascension, these things that are happening, and I bet some of you are even experiencing this. There is definite change going on. The planet, as I understand it, as I believe it now, is a living, breathing being, just as we are. If you look really hard, actually, you don't even have to look that hard. The planet and our body are like the same. We're kind of like a microcosm of this macrocosm, planet Earth, which is part of the universal macrocosm, and so on and so forth. and that all living beings on the planet, whether it's animal, vegetable, or mineral, is all experiencing this great enlightenment, awakening, coming into ourselves, understanding that we are little pieces of God, so to speak. Um, God is just the fiber that holds us all together. We are all one, all interconnected. We do not think independently of each other, people. That is not the happenings. We are so intricately connected, but we have been so deluded for eons to believe that we are separate from one another. And that's part of this big illusion that we have been living in. So, again, one of the things that I feel that I'm here for, part of who I am, is a light worker, a bringer of the light. Light is knowledge. And I truly believe that I am part alien, that part of me is not of this earth. If you've seen some of my other videos, I talk about the Rh negative blood factor. And just recently, I had an experience where I was thinking, man, we gotta have some Jewish roots, there's just something, driving me to believe that somewhere there's some Jewish, some of the German words that we use when I was growing up were in fact Yiddish or Jewish. Anyway, so I asked my mom about that. Well, in the past, just about 2 months ago, I came upon, and again, I believe this, I was guided to this, okay? I was seeking it. Yes, I was seeking it, but in effect, I was guided exactly to where I needed to be. And I am now studying the fundamentals of Kabbalah with the B'nai Baruch Kabbalah Educational Center. And this is something if any of this resonates for you, go check it out. So anyway, what I learned in like 2 weeks ago in class, when they talk about Israel and the nations of the world and the parting of the Red Sea and being out in the desert for 40 years, it's all metaphorical. Another confirmation that I got is, I don't have a really super Christian background, but when I did study and when I did participate with those things, and I did for about 5 years with one group specifically, and when I read the Bible, it didn't always feel like a story. It felt like there was something more, something metaphorical about it, and in fact it is. The majority of the Bible is metaphorical. These places out in the desert, that's being with yourself, that's actually an action, that's being with yourself. Nations of the world, that's us. We are the nations of the world. And Israel is like certain people that have what the Kabbalists refer to as a point in the heart, a real desire to know. If they say in the Kabbalah class there, they said that people that come to Kabbalah are asking a question, and that question is, what is my life's purpose? What am I doing here? Why are things happening the way they're happening? Or, why are things happening the way they are? And it's being explained to me. And this, again, this whole process is all like little things. Like, we all have this things. Things are out here, and now for me, I kind of like it like they're coming together. Like all these things that I had inclinations about in the past, now I have an understanding about it, and so on and so forth. So, anyway, so back to this, asking about the Jewish background in our family. I just have the funniest feeling that that was me, that inquiry was spirit talking through me, going, what is this, what is this? And it led me to the Kabbalah. And I'll keep you posted. It's very, very interesting. One of the things that has been most profound is the understanding that everything that is out here is only out here because of what I believe in here. And so, okay, if that resonates with you, go check it out. The Barak Kabbalah Education Center. All right, so as far as the Ascension symptoms, this was just very interesting to me. I wanted to share them. You may be experiencing some of this, so check it out. First one, they said sleep patterns. Sleep patterns starting to change. Well, for me, that has definitely occurred. I no longer need the sleep I need. I mean, I used to need. I mean, for me, 8-10 hours of sleep, that was pretty much the norm. But again, let's back up. 3-4 years ago, I was taking copious amounts of narcotic medication on top of muscle relaxers, on top of anti-anxiety pills. Oh, and to intensify the effect, I did add alcohol. So, lots of sleep back in those days. No longer need that, no longer do that. If I take 2 pain meds a day, that's pretty good. So, yes, my sleep patterns are changing. I don't need as much sleep. One thing I will add to that is I do meditate regularly. And what I have found too is if I am really tired or I am sluggish for whatever reason, if I meditate for 15-20 minutes, it's like getting 6-8 hours of sleep. I mean, that's how refreshed I feel after I participate in that. So, another sign here is itching, tingling of your crown, right here. And I've been doing that for a long time. I always, God damn, it feels like I have freaking lice or something, you know. Back when my grandkids used to go to school, first thing in September or whatever, man, you know, watch for the damn head lice. Anyway, that's what it's been reminding me of, and it's been going on for about 3 years. Also, there's pressure. I feel like somebody's putting pressure on my head sometimes. And I can assure you that my intuition is way up there from where it used to be. I'm very intuitive. I always have been, and it's much different now. Much different, much clearer now. Next sign, waves of emotion. Waves of emotion. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. When this occurs, basically it's deep stuff that has been suppressed, that for whatever moment, for whatever reason, at that very moment, it's coming out, and just let it. It is, for me, it has been freeing. I just had a reason to send one of my siblings, you know, a thing about, you know, our parents are getting older, and it's evident, and all this stuff, and I kind of wrote a thing about, you know, hopefully we can make some changes in everybody's life so that when it's their time, that they can pass with a smile on their face. And I just uncontrollably, I bawled. Just, and that for me, I was very clear that you know, this all my life, you know, I knew this time would be coming in my life, and here it is, and I had to accept that and go through that. But even just reading, like, greeting cards, the other day I was out getting a birthday card. Let me explain that. I am less than 15 feet. I'm probably, from where I'm sitting, 20 feet from the major thoroughfare in West Maui, the Honokapi Ilani Highway. Anyway, so grateful to be living right on the highway. Anyway, so waves of emotions, and that again, those are deep. You have to remember, since we were born, we have been accumulating stuff, and as we start to lighten up, you know, face these adversities, so to speak, these things come out. These things start to leave us, and it is a wonderful feeling. I am over being embarrassed about crying in public anymore. It just happens. So, anyway, another thing. Okay, so old issues keep coming back. This one's very interesting because if you're paying attention, you'll see that you are having similar experiences. Like if you're used to having to be late for the rent all the time, or maybe that's not a good one. Going through jobs, going through boyfriends. If you find, and I'm just using those as examples. There could be there's other things, lots of other things. You know what it is. So we keep experiencing these things, but every time we come to it, we're doing it from a higher understanding, from a different understanding. Hopefully we learn something from the time before. Just don't accept them, face them. It's okay. You're working through your problems. Just you're realizing it. You're more aware of the stuff you're working through. So just move through them, release them. Just when it goes, like I just chased another guy off the island. I have to accept it's okay. It's not my responsibility for their actions, for their reactions. And again, I just have to accept it and move on. Next, I'm very excited for the next one. Hopefully he doesn't run. But just you'll find your way through these. You'll allow those waves of emotion to occur. Don't try to stifle them. If you can, sit quietly even and see what that might be, and just be grateful that it's up and it's out. Okay, tears are great cleansers of old stuff. Next, body changes. Well, I wish I could get up. I wish I had all these pictures to show you. Whoever's watching this that knows me, let me know. Do I look younger than I did the last time you saw me? I believe I am. For some reason, I looked at a picture of me. Oh shit! I think I was in my late 20s or early 30s, somewhere like that, and I was like, wow, I look like that now. Anyway, I was thinking, and I've lost a lot of weight, and I eat ice cream all the time. So, but I do lots of stuff. Okay, I exercise as much as I can with my little gimpy self. But anyway, body changes. I got a couple of little moles too, or not. Anyway, body changes. Nothing. If it's abrupt and there might be a medical situation, yeah, go check that out. But if you're working, if you're doing work and these things are happening and it's not affecting your health, then by all means, just understand that this is part of the process, and it's okay. All right? Your senses increase in sensitivity. Now, you see, I take my glasses off. At one point, a year or so ago, I wouldn't have been able to see the screen clear enough to be comfortable with taking off my glasses. I actually believe that because when I swim anywhere, I swim with my eyes open, and sometimes when I go in the ocean, I don't have my goggles or mask, so I'm swimming with my eyes open, and for some reason, I believe that has part to do with my eyes getting better. Anyway, so also with that, I experience with these sensitivities heightened. You may hear like your name being called, or feel like you hear somebody. I experience a lot of things, and I just don't want people. Well, it doesn't matter what you think, but I'm not nuts. I'm really not. Um, so I experienced this earlier today, so I'll try to describe this. Out of the side of my eye, there's like a lightning bolt in shape, and there's like a rainbow filtering through it. I have this experience many times for a few years now, and I didn't know what to make of it. I understand now that it has to do with seeing into other dimensions or realms or whatever. And I'll go into that too, but remember, we're spiritual beings having a human experience, and this body is not all there is to this experience that we're having. Also, what I experienced is a lot of lights, a lot of blinking lights, just little fluttering lights, shadow movements sometimes, you know, and I'm very, very in tune with the people around me that most people can't see. I can't see them per se, but I'll tell you without a doubt, I know when somebody's around me. And I know who it is. Most of the time, I know who's around me, or I believe I do. Other times I don't, and it kind of used to freak me out a little bit at first, but this has been something I've experienced for a long time. So anyway, now it's different, and now it's more cool. Like I said, I can't wait till I have a better understanding or ability to actually see them somehow. Or anyway, I'll figure that out later. Auras, that's another thing. When I was younger, I was very in tune with auras, especially around plants, trees. Oh my goodness, trees. And sometimes people, but not all the time. Not very much. But anyway, so I had an experience a few days ago, and I was like, oh wow, I think that was an aura. Anyway, just these are things I'm experiencing. The next one, you start to see the world and all of how it supports itself in different ways. A whole new understanding. I used to see the world, the blue planet, blah, 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 we're on top of it. No, we are part of this. We are all blending together in a way that is a beautiful, beautiful orchestra of stuff. And the planet is a living, breathing being just as we are. This is my new understanding, and when I stand out there under the tree and I can be the tree, and it's something you have to experience. I have a different understanding of everything, my connectedness to everything. I think if you watch some of my previous videos, I don't kill my bugs. I do mark them with pink paint and ask them not to return. I've only had one repeat bug in my house. Usually they leave, okay? It's a pretty cool thing. The same with the mice. I have one in here now. He likes Ritz crackers and popcorn, and he likes generic Cheerio or generic Fruit Loops, because I dropped one down here earlier and it's gone. So anyway, again, it's a mouse. What's it gonna do, right? The other thing that is part of this is I have this go with the flow attitude and a trust, and a trusting, unconditional, like I know everything's happening for a reason. I believe that everything is acting in my best interest, and that I'm allowing Spirit, the angels, all of these different things to help guide me through my day. And I'm going to tell you, it's not always easy, but with practice, it is getting easier. Okay? It is getting easier. So that's the really cool thing. And again, the trust thing. Just trust yourself. Trust yourself. Hey, you might be wrong. Oops. You know, learn from it. That's the really cool thing. If you make a mistake, learn from it. You know, take away something from it. That kind of like defines our, you know, how we're doing. The other thing, breaking free. A great desire to break free of old habits, like things that don't serve you anymore. Like, you know, my old look at myself. Man, I've been working and working to get past those, to overcome the negative aspects that I had attached to myself, you know. It's a desire. It was like something I just knew that I just knew that I would feel better for doing that, and it is true. And again, that takes a lot of work. Okay, let me rephrase that. It took a lot of work for me, all right. And I knew these, you know, there's patterns in my life that I had set up for myself. Again, I subconsciously, however that works, and I believe these things. And well, one of the things is that I'm never going to have money, because now, you know, I became disabled and I'm only getting, you know, I don't get very much anyway, and I'll never get anything. Well, that was back 2 years ago. And when I came here, I gave all my stuff away because I had this trust in the universe that it will come back to me. Anyway, it has tenfold. And so, and sometimes I get a little bitchy about running out of money, but that hasn't happened in a while. What a transformation for me earlier this year was I have plenty of money, and I just spend it until it's gone. And for whatever reason, everything seems to be working out just fine. I have not been without anything. I have food, drink, water, anything I need, I have had. So, just like I said, just changed my mind. I said, oh, I got plenty of money. Man, just even say that sometimes it's a little bit difficult, but just work past those, and it works. Stuff really, really works here. The last, but by no means the least, synchronicities increase. My life is full of them, and I'm just going to tell you the couple of them just happened just today, since I woke up this morning. I was writing something to somebody, and I put in there, I was practicing Tai Chi, which is kind of a lie, because I haven't been practicing it for, about 2 months. So, anyway, so I erased it. Anyway, so this morning, a friend comes to pick up a turkey for Thanksgiving and all that stuff, and he says, oh, you know, I'm going to these Tai Chi classes right over here, Mondays and Wednesdays, and would you like to come? And I'm like, oh my God, yes, yay. Anyway, synchronicity, law of attraction thing. You get what you give, kind of a thing. I can do a whole video on synchronicities that I have incurred. Anyway, so just be aware of these things. These things are happening for everybody, and the more you look at it, you know, if you pay attention to it, you'll see it more and more. And if you don't see it at first, you know, maybe now that you've gotten awareness of it, you will see more things. Anyway, I'm gonna stop this video now, and comment, do whatever for me, please. Let me know what you think of this, and I'll be talking to you very soon. Aloha.